Hello and welcome to Ask the Chief. This is another episode that we're having today, and it's going to be fantastic. I've been told by my producer that we have some very interesting questions today. So we're going to get started and jump right into it. The reason for this show is that we believe in changing the parent to change the child. Our focus, our direction is all geared towards improving the family structure, bringing harmony and balance to the family through organized and structured environment in the home. We just focus everything on parenting, parent, because the parent controls everything. One thing I want to share with you that I'll talk about later on in the show is that I firmly believe that as a police chief, I am a leader. As a parent, you're also a leader. My job entails that I coach, nurture, teach, discipline. That's my job, to promote harmony and balance in my department and to encourage my officers to be the best that they can be. A parent has the same responsibility, and I understand that, and I correlate those together in our conversations. So here we go. Call number one. Hello and welcome to Ask the Chief. What's your question?
How you doing? I have a question. Me and my wife, we have several children, and we were wondering, with the blended family that we have, how do we stop favoritism amongst the siblings?
Is the favoritism, are they saying that the parents, that you and your wife show favoritism, or are they saying that they have favoritism amongst each other?
Well, it's more of the children, because, we, one's hers, one's mine, so it's more of I'm his favorite because I'm his real son, not the daughter. Oh,
I understand. A lot of times kids will try to play that little game, and that's I see that as manipulation. If the parents know that they don't do that in any way, and kids will use little games like that to get their way and to manipulate situations. Next caller.
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I would like to get some information on children who've been affected by incarceration, where their parents have been incarcerated, one or the other, and how to manage that process. There's been an incident in my family where someone has been incarcerated for 5 years, or got sentenced for 5 years. 3 beautiful children. But now, what does the mother do in that process in order to keep sanity?
Okay, so,
and are there any programs that's available to help those children, to cope and to be able to, process and, as far as some counseling?
So you're saying that the father is not there now because he's incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay. In the beginning, communication with the mother to the kids. They're still very young, and they wouldn't understand the dynamics and the full concept of what happened. But for now, it would take just the mother always making them know how much their father loves them, how much she loves them, and I guess it's explained that their dad's going to be away for a while. That's a very, very tough one to handle and to explain in a short time like this. But I know there are programs out there that would assist family counseling, family therapy. But it would take a family counseling session, so everybody would get therapy, because even the mother needs to be in some kind of counseling to know how to interact with the kids. And there's more that I can say right now, but what I can say now is that it would take a lot of communication, a lot of her reiterating to them that their father does love them and he cares for them, but he just can't be there right now. And when they get older, then explain more of what happened. But at this age now, I wouldn't go into it too much as far as what happened. It would be too much for them to handle. With this call on dealing with incarceration, that's a very unique question, very good question. What I can offer is that would take a lot of counseling and therapy for those kids. And it couldn't be like a one-shot deal. They would need to be in consistent counseling along with the mother as well. I would look to contact your county services in your community, and there's programs and there's counseling to deal with such issues. That can help a great deal, because those kids are dealing with a lot of things. Their father, who they love and care for, is no longer in their home, and this is, on the surface, it sounds good to say, you know, hey, your dad loves you. That's fine, and they should hear that. But him not being there can have a serious effect on their behavior in school, how they interact in every area of their lives. So it's very important to get those kids into some kind of counseling. And again, the mother should go too, because she's going to be the one implementing what the therapist is talking about doing and what they need, what their needs are going to be. So I would really emphasize strongly on getting them in some family counseling on a consistent basis, and not just a one-shot deal. It would have to be on a consistent basis to where they're being coached and mentored and nurtured as to how to get through this rough time. Okay? Okay, call number 3. Go ahead with your question.
Yes, hi, Chief. How do you handle sibling rivalry?
Sibling rivalry. Another very good question. Sibling rivalry. What's going on there? Just in general.
Well, I have 3 children. They're 12, 11, and 10, and my 2 youngest daughters share a room. And the older of the 2 thinks that she's always in charge and is the boss of the younger one.
Okay.
So we constantly have arguing and fighting between the 2 of them, and they share a bedroom.
They share a bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I always say communication, because I believe that's the key to everything. I will spend time sitting down with both of them, explain to them what it means to be fair and what the concept of being fair is. The one that's always talking more and want to dominate, I would ask her, how would you feel if you had an older brother or sister and they were treating you this way? It's always very good to make a young person, or to make anybody, understand their behavior and understand and put them in that position. How would you feel if this was being done to you or said to you? How would you feel? Would you feel uncomfortable? Would it make you feel like you were less if this was being done to you? So it's always a good idea to communicate and really, really, really focus on making them understand what the concept of fair is. Make your daughters understand, what it means to be fair to other people. That's a very important thing, and it will make them better human beings as they develop into adulthood. What does it mean to be fair to everybody you come in contact with? Just because you're older does not mean that you have a right to just dominate and take over, because if you had an older brother or sister, would you want them making you feel like that? And that's the best way to make her, to really get to her, to make her see that. And if she does not change her behavior, there must be consequences. But in the beginning, communication, to see if that works. If that does not work, there must be consequences for those actions and accountability. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, Chief.
Glad to help. Now that we've answered those questions, let's get to the special part that we have on our show called The Heart of the Chief. And what I want to talk about is what I spoke on a few moments ago about parenting and leadership. As a police chief, I have responsibility to motivate and encourage my officers to be all that they can be. That entails teaching them about integrity, loyalty, honor, self-respect, self-discipline, to be fair to everybody they come in contact with. This is my responsibility as a police chief, to inspire them to be all that they can be. Well, when I thought about it, when I correlate that concept and that idea with parenting, it's very similar. As a parent, you are a leader. You have the responsibility to inspire, motivate, encourage, and teach your child to be all they can be as they develop into adulthood. That's a great task, because as a chief, listen, my conduct as a human being must be exemplary. How I carry myself, on duty and off, must be exemplary. I must conduct myself in a way to give my officers reason to believe that I'm qualified to lead them. That's the responsibility I have as a police chief. Likewise, a parent. has the same responsibility. How I handle situations, how I handle things, how I handle stress, how I handle negative things, whatever. They're watching me on how I conduct myself and how I handle life situations. When bad things happen, do I go crazy? Do I fall apart? My children my officers are watching me on how I respond to negative situations. Do I snap to attention? Do I stay focused? As a parent, you have the same responsibility. Negative things are going to happen. That's going to happen. We can't help it. How do you respond to that? Your kids are watching you all the time. As a leader, you have a responsibility to teach them how to handle bad situations by you telling them and teaching them, and them seeing it in your conduct and how you carry yourself. So remember, as a parent, you are a leader, and your children are watching you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Change the Parent, Change the Child is having another workshop. It's going to be Saturday, April the 27th from 12 noon to 2 p.m. The workshop is going to take place at 3820 Superior Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio at the Asian Plaza. It's going to be on the second floor in the room named Negative Space. We're going to be there once again on Saturday, April the 27th from 12 noon to 2 p.m. What is the price per person? It's only $6. In order to register or to get your ticket, go to changetheparentchangethechild.com or call 216-288-9315. Miss Shalana Satterwhite and Chief Antonio Stitz is going to give you very valuable information on how you can raise your children in a good way so that they can be productive citizens for tomorrow. Please register at changetheparentchangethechild.com or call 216-288-9315. We look forward to seeing you there.